Welcome. Welcome to Ocean of Possibility Havening. I'd like to dedicate this practice today to my mother, who I'm not able to see right now. And her favorite place to be is to be at the beach to see the ocean. And I miss her. Yeah. And I know a lot of people are missing others right now. And there's so many emotions that are up for many of us. And this practice today is to tap into the possibility of shifting out of some of those emotions. We have states of being within us all the time that we can access. And sometimes we forget we have that capacity and can get stuck in worrying about the future or being stuck in the past. So this technique actually amplifies chemistry in your brain to help you shift into the way you'd like to feel. So if you recall from the earlier video, the touch is very simple, palm to palm and shoulder to elbow. This is the havening touch. And we'll just keep that moving as I guide you through a guided imagery, and it involve being at the ocean. If that is something that feels soothing for you, then I invite you to come along. And so, yeah, let's begin and find a comfortable seat. It could be a chair or on the floor with the support of a cushion. And once you're there, we're going to just close the eyes. If that feels right, or you can just let your gaze be soft and looking down. And once you're there, notice your body, the bones of the body, the connection points to the earth, the floor, your chair. And the bones, the flesh of the body, the whole body is of the earth. And feel your spine like a seed that's been planted in the spring soil. Your spine lifting out of the earth of the pelvis and lengthening just softly and having the natural curves, just like a seedling in a plant that would be able to shift about in the wind a bit. Just feel that. You can even shift a little side to side. You're coming into a sense of organic ease here in the body as best you can in this moment. And tapping in now to what's up for you. Notice if there's areas of tension in the body. And recognizing that any feelings you have are completely valid. There's no right or wrong. And we're going to take a breath in and empty that breath out the mouth. And do that 2 more times, starting the havening touch. Inhale. And again, inhale. And begin to now count down with me from 10 to 0. 10. Let go. 9. Soften. 8. Relax. 7. Let go. 6. Soften. 5, relax. 4, let go. 3, soften. 2, relax. 1, let go. I'd like for you to imagine you're at the ocean on a beach. And this might be somewhere you've been before or not. It could just be conjuring up a place maybe even you'd like to visit. And look down and see your feet firmly planted on the sand. You're standing in that hard-packed sand. It feels a little cool under your feet. And you're making just the slightest depression in the sand. A conscious stance here upon the earth. And from seeing a rooted stance, you look up and you gaze out to the horizon, seeing where the water meets the sky, and notice the colors in the sky. A soft, pale violet, a little pink. Just notice the sky. Take in the colors, the vibrancy, the tones, where one color meets and melds into another. And look out and see the farthest thing that you see in the water. You see a ship far out. And then drawing your gaze back and closer back to see the water now crashing upon the shore, that ebb and flow of the waves, taking in the auditory sounds of the waves crashing, and hearing some birds, some gulls flying by, and noticing the smell, like breathing in a nice big breath, smelling that salty air, and feeling the skin warmed by the sun, slight breeze upon the skin. And you begin to walk along the shore and playfully kind of walk just where the water can almost barely kiss your feet, but not quite. And just spending some time kind of being chased by the waves up and down on the shore. And as you're walking along, you notice that there's a small child's pail that has been abandoned from sandcastle building and is about to be taken out into the ocean. So you kind of run down and get your feet wet and fetch the pail. And take a moment and look and see what color is this little pail that you've rescued from the water. And just like a little child, you swing the pail a little bit and walk along the beach with it. You don't see any kids in sight that it could belong to, so you decide to hold on to it for a little bit and become a little child like yourself, walking and just noticing what little treasures you can find as you are walking along the shore. And you bend down and you find a first little shell, and notice the ridges in the shell and the texture and the colors. And so what is this shell like for you? And you place it in your pail. And then you walk along and find maybe now a piece of sea glass amongst a big collection of other broken shells and things. And notice its color, its transparency, and placing that in the pail. And keep walking and find maybe 2 or 3 more natural objects that have drifted up from the ocean to the shore. I'll pause and just take some time to see what arises for you and place those objects in the pail. And after you found those, you continue to walk on, and you notice a little bit farther on there's a collection of shells, and there's one large one in particular that's kind of pressed into the sand and making its own little tide pool around it. So you are really curious about this particular shell and walk up to that one, and you have to dig a little bit and dig it out, and it turns out to be quite a large shell. And when you turn the shell over, in the shell is a message. And it could be that this message is written and you see your message. It could be that this is a shell that you place against your ear and you hear the message. So just connecting with this shell and seeing what the message is for you. What is this possibility that has been presented to you? And if connecting with your visualization and or possibly hearing something isn't arising for you, just take a moment and ask, what is it that I need? What is this sense that I'd like to feel more of? Allowing that to come to mind. And just spend a few moments now affirming that. So perhaps you'd like to feel more ease or peace. You would just simply say, I am peace. I am ease. And just continue with the touch, reciting that affirmation. I am. I am. I am. So affirming the state of being that is within. Recognizing we're creating these feel-good hormones and associating this feeling that we'd like to have. Shifting the chemistry in our brain to orient towards a baseline state of being. The more we cultivate this, particularly if we cultivate it at times when we're not feeling stressed or worried, the more we'll have this as a baseline and we'll be more resilient and come back to it more easily. So I invite you to continue working with this affirmation. You don't necessarily have to go to a visualization to get there. You could just start your day with I am and affirming this positive affirmation that has come up for you in this practice. It's unique for everyone, and I invite you to even repeat the same guided imagery, and perhaps something new will arise. And right now, just feeling a sense of gratitude for your capacity to choose. You have the power to choose, and this sense of agency is something that is like our muscles. So we build our muscles by working out. We can work out our brain in a similar way. So just beginning now to slow down your touch. And maybe placing your palms on your thighs. Taking one more full breath in. And letting that go, exhaling out the mouth. And then opening your eyes. And I thank you for taking this little journey to the ocean and finding your affirmation, possibility that will grow. Namaste.